Changes at West Bloomfield Town Hall are underway with the resignation recently of longtime Township Supervisor Steve Kaplan. The West Bloomfield Township Board appointing a new leader recently. Jonathan Warshay, West Bloomfield Township trustee, appointed as Steve Kaplan's successor at a recent Township Board meeting. And he joins us now after being sworn in and officially taking office as our new Township Supervisor. Supervisor Warshay, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Tyler.
Glad to have you on, and congratulations to you on this promotion, this big honor of yours, taking over as the supervisor. Your initial reaction to being nominated, to being voted in as the new supervisor as you begin this position?
Well, I really appreciate the board's confidence in selecting me for this position. I think I come with the tools needed to serve the public in it. I've worked with the department heads before as a trustee, but it's certainly different than now, being a supervisor, the daily, the day-to-day with them.
Yeah, and it's critical work that you're doing. And in that period between Supervisor Kaplan's resignation and now this nomination and ultimately appointment to the supervisor's position, there's always going to be some uncertainty there at the department head level. Now, what are your goals early on to sort of come on in and get to know the day-to-day work a little bit closer and a little bit more intimately, as you said, as that's going to be critical to being a quality township supervisor?
Well, I want to work on having strong communication with all the department heads and the staff and the public as well. I think the public should be informed as to what's going on, and I want to work with everyone on doing that.
Jonathan Warshay is with us, the new West Bloomfield Township Supervisor, recently appointed by the Township Board after an absence due to resignation. He also, in this case, vacated his seat on the Township Board as a trustee, although he'll continue as a voting member of the board as the supervisor, as regularly happens. And so, Jonathan, with the statutory processes that are coming up to fill that position, and as you continue on in your leadership role, what are your hopes for making this as smooth of a transition as possible from one supervisor to another, and then welcoming in a new board member in the coming weeks?
Well, it's certainly it's all a tall order to do that. I'm again just talking with everyone. Listening is the best part. Let them do the talking, and there's a lot to learn on my side. And then a new trustee, I know a lot of people have already expressed interest, probably many more will, and it'll be a big task for the board to sift through all those expressions of interest to select someone who will be a good trustee and serve the township.
In your opinion, as you take over as supervisor, what is the state of our community right now in West Bloomfield Township, and how do you hope to build from what's already a pretty good point that we're at, both fiscally and from where our development in our community stands?
Well, as you know, most of a township's pretty well developed at this point. There's some areas, obviously, that are undeveloped, but we want to continue to preserve the natural beauty of the township. The lakes and the woodlands are certainly something that I think are the envy of many of our neighbors. So we want to keep that in its natural state. We want, I think it attracts people to live in West Bloomfield, just the natural beauty. And at the same time, there's areas that may be redeveloped, and we want to see what we can do to encourage that where it's needed.
Jonathan Warshay is with us, the new West Bloomfield Township Supervisor, recently appointed by the Township Board to succeed Steve Kaplan following his resignation on the board. Jonathan, as you reflect on your years living in this township and serving as a township trustee, and you look forward to the future, as West Bloomfield stands right now, you mentioned it, wanting to attract people to come into our township, to build their businesses here, to build their families here. And what do you believe in your years of service and your years of volunteering makes this township so special?
I think there's a spirit here among the people who live here as well as those who work here. They really like the township, and there's a lot of volunteerism, and people, pull together to do things in all the different events we have, in all the community groups. So that's a very strong foundation to keep building on, and it really makes this place a really wonderful place to be in.
And lastly, Supervisor, before we let you go, I want to talk about something that was mentioned in that township board meeting. So many people speaking about your service to the community, why they believed you would be an excellent successor to Supervisor Steve Kaplan, taking over this position for the next couple of years until there's a special election that would ultimately have the public deciding the future of that position. You're very involved in the community. You volunteer. You're an adult co-chair with United We Walk. You're involved in a number of different other capacities in the township as well. As a leader, why do you believe that involvement outside of your day-to-day, which is already pretty robust and involved as it will be as a supervisor, why is it important to get involved beyond your regular tasks?
Well, it brings together people from different groups, and so you get perspectives. They share their experiences, and they bring those to whatever the purpose of the group is. United We Walk, we have a lot of people from the schools, but we have people elsewhere, fraternities who are in it. And the same way, I'm chair of the West Bloomfield Democrats, and while that's certainly from one side of the political spectrum, it's a varied group. It's not a monolithic set of people. So it's all about working with people to achieve our goals, which is basically make West Bloomfield even better than it is.
Well, Supervisor, we'll let you get back to work. We know you got a busy day, your first full day in office after being appointed at the point that we're speaking to you now today, and plenty more work to do to get acclimated to the office, get everybody acclimated to you, and continue the excellent work being done at Town Hall each and every day. Congratulations, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Tyler. It's been a pleasure.